What's up, everybody? Time for another exciting episode, somewhat, of Rebel Nerd Radio. This is episode number 236.
I think it's exciting.
Huh?
I think it's exciting.
Oh, we've got an exciting show for you today. We are going to be playing in the sand. We are going to talk about Tatooine.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
Fun times. We've got what else we got? We got some comic books to talk about here in a bit. We're gonna have a show and tell time. We got a fun little announcement we're gonna make here in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But before we do that, what have you been doing this weekend?
Well, I mean, you kind of know what I've been doing this weekend.
I knew what you did Saturday.
But you know what I did Saturday. Well, so for those of you who don't know, obviously last weekend was Thanksgiving. So I hope everybody had a great and safe holiday weekend or week and spent a lot of time with your families. I hope you got nice and fat on turkey and stuffing and stuff and things like that. I know I did. And I felt really miserable Thursday evening because I ate way too much. But other than that, actually, Friday we drove up to, we drove down to Norman, and
that's not up at all.
That's not up at all. No, I drove down to Norman, and we spent most of the day driving, but we also spent the evening with some friends. We were able to tour the OU campus a little bit, just kind of walk around a little bit aimlessly, which was kind of fun because they're just me and my girlfriend and some friends of ours that were just kind of wandering around the campus looking at things. But actually, for those of you, if you, most of our listeners probably don't live in the Norman area, but the OU campus actually is doing a laser and light show that they're doing on the OU library where they have Christmas music and they have all kinds of lights and lasers and music going and all kinds of cool stuff. Plus, they have the OU tree in the middle of the courtyard, which is lit up in red and white, which is kind of neat. So we stopped by in the evening and we watched the show there at the OU campus and kind of toured around a little bit and took pictures and that kind of stuff, which was kind of fun. And then Saturday, myself and my girlfriend and Steve and his wife, we all went to one of the local little haunts there in Norman, which was fun. We went to a place called Scratch. That was pretty awesome. I don't know what you thought of it, Steve. I thought it was rather excellent.
It was good. A little on the expensive side, but you're going to get that when you get to that part of Norman, like the downtown area. A lot of those places are kind of bougie. But no, the food was good. Those potatoes were really good.
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about their coffee. But then I had
an Irish coffee that was like crazy. Yeah. Like it was strong. It was very strong.
It wasn't bad.
No.
But I did find out later that they get their coffee from a place called Yellow Dog, which is a local place. I'm not a huge fan. Better than Starbucks, but it's still not great.
Well, I mean, at least it's a local.
It was a pretty decent place, I think.
At least it was a local place, But no, yeah. I thought it was really good. If you're in Norman, or if you folks are around Norman, like Matthew, if you ever get a chance to go to Norman, I highly recommend. So it was, like I said, a place called Scratch downtown. A little pricey, but I thought it was very good. They had some interesting different dishes and stuff like that to try. Yeah. So it was a really good atmosphere, nice place. If you get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. Saturday afternoon and evening, I went to the OU/LSU college football game, which was, to be honest, was my first experience at a college football game. Actually, to be honest, it's my first experience at a NFL, or not NFL, but at a college or NFL level football game, which was cool. It was very interesting. I have to give big props to the OU fans and the people there. Everybody was awesomely friendly. Everybody was real cool. It was a great experience. Loved it. It was my girlfriend was ecstatic because she is the biggest OU fan and loves the OU and the OU campus, and she was in heaven because she got to spend all day there and be able to go to the game and stuff. So she was having the best time. It was really awesome. Really loved the game. OU ended up winning, so it was a good time, good
Oh,
celebration.
they did. Okay, well.
Yeah, they ended up winning, which is good because if they had lost, that would have been tragic. And the funny thing is that there was if you've never been to the stadium, it's I mean pretty typical for a stadium, but there was one little sliver of section that was dedicated to the LSU fans, and there was full of them, and we got put in the section right next to the LSU fans, and the banter and the just the shit talk back and forth amongst the fans of OU and the fans of LSU was nonstop. And I'm like, please, I was just the whole time I was like, please, please, please don't let me be caught in the middle of a fight with these people because I know they're gonna look at the big guy and they're gonna go, get that dude. And I'm gonna be like, but I'm not in this. I'm not anywhere. So it
I
was
don't have
funny,
a dog
but
in this fight.
I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm an OU fan by default because the girlfriend is an OU fan, so I'm an OU fan by default.
You know you don't
And
have to be, right?
well, hey, I mean,
Because she is.
I gotta support the girlfriend. I gotta support the girlfriend. If she's an OU fan, I gotta be an OU fan. If I say I'm not an OU fan, then it might cause conflict, and we don't need conflict in the household, right, honey? See, there you go.
Julie, he
So
really not a fan.
no, like I said, it was a great game. It was a really neat experience to be there and to see everything that happens before the game, all the tailgaters. We actually were walking through the campus and there was like tailgate parties and stuff going on everywhere. After we got done at scratch with you guys, and we went directly to the stadium and it was, yeah, like I said, tailgaters and activities, and there was just all kinds of crap going on. So I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was cool. Free food. There were people handing out booze everywhere, and so yeah. The only complaint I think I had is that the prices to pay for like beer at the stadium is ridiculous. I highly recommend that you do not pay for the beer that they have because I want to say that the beer was like $15 to $16 for one can of beer, and you can buy six packs of the beer that we were buying for under $10. So, I
Ridiculous.
mean, I say that all the time, but I mean, I really would recommend if you go to these events, do not pay for the beer. Just wait or drink beforehand, bring your own beer, drink beforehand, tailgate, whatever, and then pick it up afterwards, which we did. And that's a whole other story that has nothing to do with football, nothing to do with Star Wars. I'm not going to talk about that here. But we went out to one of the local bars, had a good time, and spent some time with some friends and family, and had a real good time. So overall, it was really cool. And then, like I said, Sunday we just basically spent the day coming home and unpacking and settling in from our trip for work on Monday. Which everybody knows how that works. When you get a 4-day weekend, you got to go back to work on Monday. It sucks balls. So yeah. So anyway, how was your week, Steve?
Well, I mean, Saturday morning we went and had brunch with you and Julie. Sunday, Spencer and I recorded the first episode of our new series, The Devil's Den. We talked about the Frank Miller book, The Man Without Fear. That is, it is now available on the YouTube. I wanted to drum up some interest in that show, but typically that is going to be an early access content for patrons. But yeah, that was pretty much all I did. Played video games. Yeah, I didn't really do much. So who do we have in the chat room now? We have Matthew, of course, was here early by 2 minutes. We have Brennan. How's it going, Brennan? We've got Smirking Bear. What's up, nerd? And And
Nerds,
looks like
you're
that's
dead.
all we have in right now. We probably will have some more trickling through later.
Yeah, Matthew, I learned a long time ago. I had a few comments here. It says OU, OU's going to the playoffs. Exactly, and watching a game in real life as opposed to TV, it is a much different experience. It's huge. I definitely recommend if you at least get the chance, go to a college game. If you can't go to a college game, try an NFL game. College games are probably a little bit cheaper, I would imagine, but they're still fun and they're good time. And the fans are just as loyal, and it's just as much. And it's actually students playing for playing football games instead of professionals, which in my opinion kind of sometimes I tend to think is a little bit more fun because it wasn't about the money before, but as some of you who, if you're a college football fan, you know now that it is about the money because now the student athletes are getting paid. They've lifted those restrictions, and it's going to make things different for sure. And then Matthew, I wanted to address this comment. Matthew, I have learned. I'll be honest with you. I have learned traveling different places and doing different things that if you can either figure out the subway systems, the places you go, or you can afford like Ubers or Lyft to go to places. So, for instance, for this game, we didn't drive the truck down to the stadium. We actually we got an Uber, and they dropped us off perfectly right outside the stadium. And then we didn't have to worry about a vehicle. And then once we left, we actually walked down to the local bar, and then we left from there. We didn't have to worry about a vehicle, which is monumentally convenient. And we did the same thing when we actually went to Salem. We stayed at a hotel outside of, or just not too far from Salem, Massachusetts, when we went for Halloween, and we Ubered into everything and directly because of his comment. When you start going to places like that where you have to bring your vehicle and park it in places, this was no exception. Even like events in downtown Wichita, where we go to like the Coliseum or whatever, or the Interest Bank Arena in downtown Wichita. Places are getting to the point where they're charging 40, 50, and even $100 for premium parking just to park your vehicle for a few hours. If you have the ability to Uber and you want to spend a little bit of extra money just to Uber to make it safe, and on top of it, when you leave, if you've been drinking and you don't want a DUI, you don't want to worry about DUIs, you don't want to have something like that happen, I highly recommend Uber and Lyft. They are great services. They're easy to use, and it will cost you a lot less in parking and a lot less headache. And it's just so much nicer to do that. So I would highly recommend it if you have the ability to do Uber. Like I said, it's just so much easier, especially if you plan on drinking. Please use an Uber if you plan on drinking. Don't drive drunk. It's just not worth it. So yeah, my public service announcement for the day.
And with that in mind, take it away.
Here we go again. Cheers. Ooh. So at the bottom of the screen, you will see bio.link /Rebel Radio, which is our social media, is a direct link to all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, and Discord. Discord is where you will find us most of the time. We have a great community over there on Discord. We have a great bunch of people that participate in our Discord. And as I always say, if you're not a part of our Discord, I don't know what you're doing with your mornings, because we get a bright good morning from everybody on Discord. It's a great community where you can talk about your pets, you can talk about your TV shows, you can talk about movies, you can talk about anything that you might be doing. Uber instead of drinking and driving. Yes, that's exactly right. 100%. Yeah, so you like I said, great community of people. It's a great Star Wars community, but we have other things that people are passionate about as well. But for the most part, it's a Star Wars community where things like hate and discrimination and things like that are not tolerated, just like the show. And you have a great community of people where everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome to have an opinion, as long as you are respectful, not only of that opinion, but to defend your opinion. And if you want to talk about things, if you want to have conversations, if you have questions about collecting, if you have questions about indie bands, if you have questions about movies, if you have questions about the season, if you have just things you want to talk about in general, there's a great community there that you can talk to, and you will find myself, you will find Steve, and a lot of people who are in our chat. So please become a part of our Discord if you are not already. It is a great way to just have fun and meet people, and it's a good, safe environment. So please consider it. Also, you will find at the bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio, you will find our Patreon. Our Patreon, which will cost you $2 a month, is basically a donation that we can tend to look at it as a donation to keep our StreamYard bill paid. And that's basically what it's used for. It's just to help pay the StreamYard bill because the StreamYard seems to help us transmit the best and do things the best and that kind of thing. And as you can see going across the stream, Steve just kind of blipped across there. When you become a Patreon, you get not only stickers, which Steve needs to mail out.
I'll get to it.
I'm gonna keep cracking that whip. Mail them out. Mail them out. Steve's got some of those that he needs to get those mailed out, but you get stickers. And there will also be in the future, I think next episode, I will get a chance to actually reveal and show everybody kind of what I've been cooking up for our Patreons. When you become a Patreon, I've got some things that I'm going to put together that I'm going to be sending out to everybody that is a Patreon. It's going to be some stuff that I'm going to personally make and that I will send out to you that will be part of the Rebel Nerd Radio thing that you will get when you become a Patreon. And there will be things and other stuff that will be handed out later and stuff that you
more to come.
Yeah, more to come, but you will get a sample. You get to see what we're cooking up or what I'm cooking up for our Patreons. You also get exclusive access to things like our Star Wars, Cyberpunk 2077, and our other Star Wars RPGs, which we are currently in the middle of Shadows of the Sun, which is a very fun story that we've had one episode of so far, but it's a lot of fun, and it is a campaign that's going to deal strictly with scum and villainy of the Star Wars universe and about the, let's see, it's between A New Hope and Empire, right? What does it take place? Okay, tell me again.
5 BBY, so it takes place roughly about the time of the first season of Andor.
Okay, there you go. So, okay, right before A New Hope is when it takes place. So between, yeah. So 5 BBY. And it deals with scum and villainy, and Steve is the GM of the game, or not GM, Dungeon Master. Sorry, or not Dungeon Master.
No, GM is right. That's not what I was nodding no to. I was nodding no to Matthew's comment.
So Steve is the game master, and I myself am one of the characters in the RPG. I actually play a former clone trooper who has been released from the chip and who has now turned pirate, trigger happy, and all about, if I can't blow stuff up, I better be getting paid. So if you have not got a chance to see that yet, I think Steve actually is going to release or has released the first episode for everybody to kind of sample.
That is right.
Okay, on YouTube. So if you have not got a chance, please go check that out. It was an early release for our Patreons, but now it's being released on YouTube. And future episodes, I'm not sure if Steve's going to release those into YouTube or not, but for now they're going.
Yeah, I haven't really decided.
So there you go. So if you want to definitely see them become a Patreon, again, it's only $2 a month. And really, like I said, all it does is help us keep the lights on. That's about all it does. So, and as a special bonus, as a Patreon, you get your name announced by Steve on our show. Take it away.
So something happened. Let me go ahead and pop this up. Let me go ahead and pop this up, and let me take that banner off. That I don't know why that's still on there. Okay. So first of all, thank you to our patrons: Dave Brown, Kelly and Chris Olson, Justin Hensley, Charlie Kirby, Chantel Gonzalez, Matthew, Steve, Brennan, Brian, Paul, Taco Cat, and our newest patron, Smirking Bear.
Awesome. Thank you, Bear. Appreciate you, man.
So appreciate the financial support, but that's not all.
Ooh.
While we were talking about our Discord and our patron and all that, we got another patron.
Mm.
So I didn't get them on the slide because it literally just happened like 1 minute ago. So I want to thank Adam, who is our newest patron. So thank you,
Nice.
Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks, Adam. Thanks,
That
Bear.
is
Appreciate
awesome.
you new guys. Thank you. Really do appreciate all of our Patreons. Thank you guys so much. We really
that must have been TK31778.
Actually, Adam, I can hand deliver yours, buddy. So I will hand deliver your stickers. I'll just
You
get
have
Steve
any?
to send them to. I'll get Steve to send them to me, and I'll hand deliver. Adam,
Well, that'll
for those
happen.
of you, for those of
I
you,
can't even
for
get them
those
out
of
to
you
my
who don't,
patrons.
for those of you who don't know, Adam is actually he is one of the local lieutenants, or I'm not sure how that structure works or what he calls it. He could probably define it for me, but he is actually one of our lieutenants for the Rebel Legion / 501st here in the Wichita area. He's kind of the guy that got me set up with all the information to get me in and to get things rolling, and he's the one that kind of coordinates everything for our area. And
That's all.
yeah, so yeah. He's like I said, he's both in the Rebel Legion and in the 501st Legion. He's kind of the one who's been talking me into the Darth Vader outfit, so that way I can help one of our other members, so that way we can rotate out. And he's also the one who's now talked me into a Balin Skull outfit as well. So now I'm tasked with two outfits
Well, you should.
as well.
And Adam, if you aren't already subscribed
There,
to the YouTube, make sure you jump on and do that for us.
squad leader of the Great Plains Squad of the 70th Explorers Garrison of the 501st Legion. There
That's a
you are,
mouthful.
people. That is a mouthful. That is a lot. But yes, I like I said, sorry, Adam, I wasn't quite sure how that worked. I just want to call you like LT or whatever. But thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, Bear. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all our Patreons. We really do appreciate it. And like I said, your donations and your Patreon is basically going to help us pay the StreamYard bill. And like Steve says all the time, since he's not working,
That's
it
pretty
actually
much all.
it helps out a lot to keep the show going, even though he's not able to work and not working right now. And yeah, that's basically all it does.
Yeah,
So
let's not get into that.
let's not get into that. But it really does help. We really are appreciative. I'm going to crack the whip on Steve and get those stickers out to you folks and that kind of thing. And my project for you Patreons that you're going to be getting from me, I'm waiting on a stand to get everything set up so I can start the work on it. But it's a new thing for me and my girlfriend. It's something that we want to start doing for when we go to like Comic Cons and when we go to like celebrations and stuff like that. It's something we want to make not only for us, so that way we can hand out swag when we go to these different things, but it's also something I want to work on for the Patreons and all that kind of stuff, and some things, and we'll come up with ideas and things that I can do for you folks. So just to show that appreciation and to thank you so much for your donations and everything, we really do appreciate it. So thank you.
Awesome. So Steve has jumped into the chat. That is Steve Spawn, affectionately known as Steve number 2 in the Discord. And also we have Joy. So YouTube is still doing that weird thing where it puts their username on there or something.
Yeah, mine's doing it too. I mean, mine literally has my name and then some weird number after it, which it didn't have before. So I don't know what they changed, but something of it went weird. I don't know.
Yeah. No, we're not going to talk about the confused angry Wookiee. You can just tune in. You can just tune in to the next episode of Shadow of the Sun. I think our plan is to do it this Sunday. So that'll be the second session, and I'm almost done writing it. I got a good chunk of it written. Looking really forward. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. This is going to be a really awesome campaign. I got a lot of cool plans for it. It's going to be much better than the Vakanta campaign.
If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's actually a lot of fun because me and Steve's son Blue, since I play a ex clone trooper commando that got his chip removed, but then all the people that freed him end up killing, so he becomes a pirate, so he can inflict pain on the Empire and steal as much money as he can to buy more weapons to inflict more pain on the Empire. And then you have Blue's confused separatist Wookiee. And basically we get to the point where it comes to blows. And one of our third members of our party, who is like a what is he? He's not an archaeologist. What is he? He's an archaeologist, or he's
I'm trying to remember the name of the species. Hang on.
Yeah. He's like an archaeologist or something like that, or he's like an expert in history.
No, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor. Okay, he's a doctor. Excuse me, he's a doctor. Kind of a Dr. Aphra kind of character, I think, though. Wasn't he?
Oh, he's a Duros. That's right.
Yeah, Duros.
Yeah.
He actually has to throw stun grenades at me and him in order to get us separated.
Well, he ends up taking out the whole crew except for the droid.
And the problem is that the confused separatist Wookiee is the pilot of the ship.
Yeah, you're just going to have to check out. Yeah.
You're going to have to check it out.
The first episode is on the YouTube, so you can go check that out. But moving forward, I mean,
and please don't judge me
if I'm going to put them on the YouTube. But if you are a patron, like we said earlier, you'll get access to that. You'll either get exclusive access to it, or if I decide to start putting it on YouTube, you will get early access. So it'll be on there for like a week or two before it goes to YouTube. I haven't made that. and just you have a new person that just jumped in the chat room. Drew just jumped in. So how you doing, Drew?
Another fellow Rebel Legion 501st member.
Sweet. What do we got? Oh, I have an announcement.
Ooh.
We're going to make our announcement now.
Oh, that's all you, buddy. You know more about it than I do. Go for it.
This is something that has been in the works for a while. Just kind of putting the cogs together and getting an interested group of people together. But we have, along with a few other creator types, have put together a creator network. So a creator network of podcasters, live streamers, Twitchers, all that kind of stuff, put together for the purposes of cross promotion and support. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we currently have, besides Rebel Nerd Radio, we currently have 4 other channels, outlets. Let's call them outlets, because they're not all necessarily shows or podcasts. But we got that, and then we've got a few more that are interested, and they just haven't said yay or nay. So as now, we are launching it with, like I said, us and 4 others, so 5 outlets, and it is called Shenanigans Collective. So
I'm sorry. I particularly like that.
Yeah. So we've got a link tree set up that will give you a link to all of the creators on there. It's linktr.ee/Shenanigans Collective. That'll give you, their main pages that you can go to. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and tell you the other folks that are going to be on with us. First of all, we have, you folks might know this one. It is the Dingus Den. Spencer's Dingus Den. So comics and gaming streams. He talks comic books and does gaming streams on Twitch. And that is over at the Dingus Den. The second one we have is
For those
called.
of you, I'll interrupt real quick. For those of you who don't know, if you see our Shadows of the Sun episode, Spencer of the Dingus Den is actually one of the characters in our Shadows of the Sun RPG, and you've probably seen him in the chat quite a few times. So
Yeah,
if you
he's
get
in
a
the chat
chance,
a
head over
lot.
to his channel and give him some support.
He yeah, he also does the Devil's Den series with me.
Yep.
So yeah, he's a very close friend of Rebel Nerd Radio. Next one we've got is Tabletop Lounge. So this is a community of tabletop gaming fans, other types of games, video games and whatnot. They do have a YouTube channel, and that is where I have the link tree directed. They have a Discord. So if you would like to be part of their Discord group, just let me know in our Discord, and I'll get you a link. But they're primarily tabletop RPG fans. They've got a D&D campaign that runs, I want to say, on Mondays. But good bunch of guys over there. Next one we have is called Sausage Farm. This is a gentleman from Canada that dabbles in games, tabletop RPGs, and overall general nerdy stuff.
With a name like Sausage Farm, I would not have expected that.
So he has a YouTube, so definitely go and check that out at that link provided right there. And then finally, we have the Iconis podcast, which is that is another comic book central or centric podcast. Actually, there's two of them. The main one is Barry, but they bring to light comic book characters from known to obscure. Couple of really good guys. Like I said, we've got a couple more that are interested, and we'll let you know who they are once they get on board. But yeah, we've got our network up and running now. It's the Shenanigans Collective, and just a collective of nerd fans. I had a bio put together, and I don't know what I did with it.
Yes, if you guys get a chance, go into that link and give those guys some support. Give them a watch. Give them a little look. If you're interested in comic books, if you're interested in gaming, yeah, like I said, Steve does some with like he said, our Devil's Den, the Daredevil one. If you get a chance, him and Spencer do that one. And Steve and I and Spencer actually got to hang out at Rebel Scum Con, and hopefully, with any luck, Spencer, I'm talking to you whenever you see this. Hopefully next year will be the same thing, and we can convince other people to come down there and hang out with us at Rebel Scum Con. It was a great time. It was a lot of fun. Spencer's good people. If you get a chance, check out his channel and check out all the other channels on there too. They're going to be, I think you'll have, so it'd be good people to check out. And it's actually really cool. I'm glad Steve's doing this because it's going to give a chance for all of us to get together, promote each other, and kind of show people that there's other stuff out there too that they can enjoy when it comes to things like comic books, gaming, tabletop, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited about it. I'm glad when Steve told me about this, I thought it was really cool that we're actually getting a entire collective of channels together that we can all promote each other and help each other out and get each other going. So be a lot of fun. So yeah.
Be awesome. All right. Speaking of comics, it is time for Drawn to the Force. I really need to come up with
we need to come up with a lot of different. We need to come up with a lot of different things for our announcements and like our different little segments. Drawn to the Force.
There's your sound bit for Drawn to the Force. So there's only one Star Wars comic book coming out this week. That is tomorrow, Wednesday, December 3rd. And what is coming out? It is Legacy of Vader number 11.
Oh, look at that cover.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool cover.
That's cool.
Hey, Taco Cat just jumped in.
Hey, Taco.
So I was following the series, and then I think 9 was the last one I read. I just kind of dropped off on it. I'll probably, it is a mini series, so I'll probably just pick it up when the trade comes out and just read it then. But yeah, it's basically, it takes place after Last Jedi, and it's about Kylo Ren. So if you're a Kylo Ren fan, which I know Matthew is, be sure to pick that up. There are a couple of variant covers, not really anywhere near as cool as the original.
That original
This
was
one just looks
awesome.
like it just seems like it's a promo for another comic book. So there's that one, and then there's this one which looks kind of cool, but I don't know.
That does look cool.
I kind of like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, either one of those is nice. I like the Kylo Ren with the Vader helmet almost getting on. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But that one's pretty cool too. That is a neat piece. That is a neat art print. That'd
so
be
Legacy of Vader, number 11, written by Charles Soule. Hey, Tina just popped in.
Hey, Tina.
Missed our announcement.
We got all kinds of usual suspects going on here.
Tina missed our announcement. Oh, well. That's all right. We'll talk about it again at the end if we have time. We've been jibber jabbering.
She says, any shirtless Kylo pages in the comics? Well, you know. Hey, I tell you what, Tina, why don't you pick it up and let us know?
I think he does get shirtless in it. Oh, okay. She did hear the announcement. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So now that we're done with drawing,
Matthew claims that he's retired the rage.
I don't buy it.
And I don't buy it either. But Matthew, I think you're lying to us, buddy.
It is time for us to show our
thingies.
Showing our thingies. All right, what do you got?
Multiple thingies. So tonight will be part 2 of the mini lightsaber collection advent calendar kind of thing. I kind of want to say this.
Yeah.
So I'm starting with, I got 4 of the other ones. So I've got box 5 tonight. So I'll go through these real quick and kind of show you these. And then there'll be a part 3 next week. So these are all numbered, but they don't tell you what's actually in the box. They don't tell you what lightsaber's in the box. So I just open them and then I look and then I get to tell you what I found. Oh, cool. This one's actually Yoda's lightsaber.
Ooh. How come it's just as big as the other one?
Huh?
I said, how come it's just as big as the other ones?
I don't think, well, maybe it should be a little smaller, but I mean, how much smaller can you get than look how small that is. I mean, that's pretty small. It's micro small. So, I mean, you can't get too damn small. That would be wrong. So that was number 5. So there's Yoda. Let's see what else we got here. We got, Anakin. Okay, I was just making sure that they listed it as the Anakin lightsaber. But there is the Anakin or the Graflex lightsaber, if you are so inclined. I just wanted to make sure they call it the Anakin lightsaber, which they do. They call it the Anakin lightsaber. So, yeah. I wonder, I'm kind of curious. I want to take it out of the package, and I want to look at the hilt at the bottom and see if it says made in New York. If it says made in New York on it. I mean, I wonder if they did that. Probably not, but you know. And if you don't understand what that is and why, study some behind the scenes stuff. I don't know what to say. Let's see. So I got number 7. Let's see here. Oh, of course. So I just pulled out the Anakin lightsaber and look at number. What was that? Number 7. The Darth Vader lightsaber.
Nice.
Nice. And as I mean, if you guys didn't get a chance to see or whatever, there is actually a card that sits on the back like that. That'll kind of give you just a little bit of brief information on the lightsaber. It tells you how long it is, if and what color the blade is, and then the actual back of it is red, so that's the color of the lightsaber as well. So, but there's the Darth Vader lightsaber right there.
Brian, man, everybody's
And
popping in today.
heck yeah, hey Brian. And then last but not least,
Glad he got here in time for you to whip out your thingy.
Yeah, hey man, I'm here for you, buddy. And then last but not least for this session this is awesome. Man, this is like a freaking, I love this set. I love part 2. Part 3 I hope is just as good, but this is part 2, so I'm loving it. It is Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber.
Very cool.
Right there. And you got the thing on the back. But yeah, Luke Skywalker's. I like this set, man. I got Anakin, Vader, Luke, and yeah. So I'm loving this. This is awesome. So anyway. All right, Steve, I showed my thingies. Now you got to show your thingies.
Speaking of advent calendars, I showed this off a few weeks ago.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
I just opened it because I forgot that I had it, to be fair. Or to be honest. It is the good Lord.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
It's a tree. Well, they did say Life Day pop-up book and advent calendar. Well, I'm not sure how this works. Well, here's number 1. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, okay. So I guess that's supposed to be a Christmas ornament.
It's a Life Day globe.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I guess it's a Christmas ornament.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool. So that was day 1. I'm trying to find day 2. It's not in
obviously for you people who are asking, or for those of you who are wondering, no, we can't just do one per day because obviously we don't do a show per day.
Yeah. I'm trying to find number 2 because it's not in any order. Oh, there it is. Okay. So number 2 will not open. What the hell, man? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's another Christmas ornament. Okay. This is cool. This one is, get my glasses back on there. This one is Luke and Leia and Han and Chewie. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
How many of these should I do? Well,
I did 4. You do 4.
Yeah, but it's not the 3rd yet, so I'll just make up next week.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a pretty cool little tree. I like the pop-up tree. It's pretty awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I could put these on the Life Day tree. It's a good idea, Bear. Probably what they're meant for, actually.
It's probably you're probably right.
Smaller Bear.
You didn't even think about it ahead of time, but that's probably what they're for.
Another thing just came in the mail today was, I don't know if this is the final issue, but it's getting pretty close to being the final issue of Star Wars Insider. I don't know if you guys know, but they announced that they're going to stop making these. I mean,
really,
it was only a matter of time because of the internet.
Well, yeah,
like all of this information's already out there. But yeah, I don't know if this is the last. Oh, check this out. This is an ad on the first page.
60 years of Daredevil.
It's Daredevil, the first 60 years. That's cool. But yeah, there's a lot of content in here. There's some stuff about the Mandu Grogu movie. There's some stuff about the Starfighter movie that eventually will come out. There's some stuff on here about. There's an article in here about the Millennium Falcon called "Garbage Won't Do." That one's pretty cool. There is an interview. Well, I think it's an interview. Or maybe it's just an article about him. They did it. Yeah, it is an interview with the guy who plays Lonnie in Andor.
Oh yeah.
There's an article in here about the trading card game, the music of Andor season 2. I must have skipped past that one. I didn't see it. And then there's an article in here about one of the characters from Skeleton Crew. But it looks like it's a pretty cool packed issue. Like I said, I don't know if this is the last one. It doesn't say specifically in the intro if this is the last issue. But yeah, that's all I got. Matthew says that little boba helmet I sent you came from a Star Wars advent calendar.
That's cool.
Where's that at anyway? You know, it's probably in my Rebel Scum bag. Oh no, Brian just found out he can't go to Rebel Scum next year.
What?
That sucks. How come?
How do you find that out this early, Brian? Seriously?
Better not be a freaking wedding.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, if it's a wedding, priorities.
Priorities, man.
Priorities, man.
Anyway.
Seriously.
All right. That's it for show and tell time. Oh, what?
Yeah, we had a really good time at Rebels Con last year. So if you guys get a chance, come down. And me and Steve will be there. Myself and my girlfriend already have hotel rooms. We're going to get tickets as soon as we can. And we're already planning on attending next year. So yeah,
it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, we will have more merchandise to hand out.
I'm really hoping. We do. Yeah.
All right, now it is time to talk about Tatooine. We're gonna play with our toys in the sand. Tatooine. I mean, everywhere you go in Star Wars, just about, from movies to TV shows, animated, somehow you're going to see Tatooine.
Mm-hmm. And I actually do, when we get into this a little bit, remind me, Steve, I actually have a bonus kind of show me your thing.
Why didn't you put it in your notes?
Oh. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't have a plan.
So before to get started, we're going to talk a little bit about, what's the best way to put it? Ancient Tatooine.
Yes.
So most people know. So it's a theory. Okay, let me start. We were just talking about this before the show started.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some of the stuff we talk about on here is not necessarily canon, but until somebody comes out and says, no, that's not right. So we got some theories out there to talk about. And these are theories that have been going around for a while. I mean, ever since Legend days or EU days. Until the canon gods come out and say that this is wrong, we're going to take it as
we don't. Something we've said on this show before is that we do not denounce anything in Legends. So until Lucasfilm of Disney comes out and says that this information is incorrect and it's been replaced by this information, we feel like that we can include Legends information as far as the history is concerned, until told otherwise, because we don't.
Otherwise, that's right.
Yeah, until told otherwise, because we don't like to disclude Legends information. We like the Legends stuff, and we will treat it. We will treat it as part of the Star Wars universe until somebody decides otherwise. and we may not like the way it goes, we may not agree with it, but at the same time, like I said, until, like Steve and I said, until we are told other information, we will include Legends information in the Star Wars mythos as far as we're concerned until otherwise told. So there you go. So if you hear information that you know is Legends material, but may not necessarily be something that has been explained in canon as far as Disney is concerned, it is because we are combining that information as being what we understand and what we know about it to the present time.
So as far as I'm concerned, what we're going to talk about is true. So take it or leave it.
You can discard it if you wish, but for us, we're not going to do that.
No, we're not going to discard it. So Brian said he got a call from his parents today, and they said that they're taking me and my family and my brothers and their families on a cruise. He mentioned to his wife about going to Rebel ScumCon instead, but divorce lawyers are too expensive. Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
Hey, there's Spencer.
Hey, Spencer.
Yep. So far, so good. We're just
Brian,
finally getting into the main.
I would agree, but I think you could negotiate and say that you want to do a Star Wars cruise instead. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Anyway, so according to Legends, Tatooine was not always all sand. Yeah, it wasn't all sand.
Glass
There was
sand.
actually jungles and oceans. Like the Dune Sea actually used to be a sea. And so basically it was a lush tropical planet. And it was inhabited by a group of people called the Kumumga. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But here's what they looked like. So the Kumumga were, according to something called the Legend of Lahan, these guys are actually the ancient ancestors of the Tusken Raiders, which would explain why the Tuskens are so territorial.
Mean.
Well, that too, but territorial, because it is their planet. So these guys were, so Tatooine was invaded by the Rakatan and the Kumumga, whatever, people were enslaved. Oh, that's right, Drew. I forgot about that. Drew says the ocean part is canon because it's in Book of Boba Fett. I forgot about that.
That's true.
So the Kumumga were enslaved by the Rakatan, so they were slaves. And they were slaves for a long time, and the Rakatan essentially kind of took over Tatooine. It is not Arrakis Jr. And at some point in the history, the Kumumga people rebelled. There was an uprising. They rebelled against their slave masters, and in response, the Rakatan basically bombed the crap out of Tatooine.
Turned it into a glass parking lot.
And that is why we have sand now. What was that?
What I thought was interesting is that the story that I read about it is that somewhere in there, the Rakatan being force sensitive, something, I can't remember what it was, and maybe somebody can correct me, probably Drew. He'll probably be able to correct me, but something about Tatooine caused it to where I think they got sick, or there was some bacteria that they caught that severed their connection to the Force. And because of the severed connection to the Force, and they were not able to use the Force in order to subjugate and to attack the Komaga people, the people of Tatooine, they were defeated by those people, and that's why the Rakuten turned it into a glass parking lot, is because they were not able to use their Force abilities to subjugate and to enslave the Kumonga people, and that's why they destroyed it. That's why they wanted to destroy it and destroy all of the inhabitants on it, was because they didn't want that to happen again.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they at some point lost their connection to the Force, but I don't know if that was Tatooine. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure that. Well, like I said, the one I read was I believe it was Tatooine where that happened.
But yeah, the stuff that I had read said that they bombed it as punishment for rebelling. Yeah. In any case, that is how we got sand on Tatooine, and it's no longer a jungle planet.
Yeah.
So let's see. What was next in my notes here? Okay, so now we're going to talk about Tatooine in the films.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention too is that there's a little bit of indifference and speculation on it, and I don't know. Maybe Steve, maybe you know, or Drew, or somebody who, or Spencer. One of you guys may be able to correct me on this, but also there was speculation that the Jawas and the Sand People were actually more related than what we originally thought because of their connection to the ancestry.
That's right. Yeah, they're both somewhat connected.
Yeah. Like the people that survived broke off into two separate sects of people. And yeah. And thank you. And one became the Sand People or Tusken Raiders, and one became the Jawas. So they actually are related in some ways, is the way I understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. So humans didn't come around until much later.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, I mean that explains why they are so territorial.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did you hear, Bear? He said that's not what he heard. What did you hear? Anyway, so Tatooine in the films with well, let's start with the prequels. So in the prequels, Tatooine is it does show up in all three of the episodes. Drew says it was a plague that killed or severed the Force connection, but it wasn't directly from Tatooine. It was from one of their subjugated species and could have been from Tatooine, but never directly confirmed. But the timelines do line up fairly well.
There you go.
Good enough.
There you go.
So, of course, in the prequel trilogy, we get a lot of Tatooine, because that's where Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan show up to kind of hide the Queen and to get their ship fixed. And they run into this little guy who changes the course of galactic history forever.
Changes the course or smashes it like a sledgehammer?
Well, tomato. Makes it better. No, I don't know.
What? Makes it better? You and I have seen two different movies. What the hell?
Well,
Anyway, as you were.
I forgot where I was at. Okay, so yeah. So in Phantom Menace, we go there, and that's where they find Anakin, and that's where they have their first fight with Darth Maul, and that's where we meet Watto. And chronologically speaking, that's the first time we see a Hutt.
Chronologically speaking.
And we get to learn a little bit about Tatooine, that it's not part of the Republic. Who's XD?
Who's XD?
Yeah, he said the You said the Jedi Order would beg to differ on that XD. I don't know what XD means.
Drew's gonna have to elaborate. Come on,
Yeah,
Drew.
we're gonna have to elaborate. And so when we move on to Attack of the Clones, we don't get a whole lot of Tatooine in this one. We get Anakin going back with Padme and slaughtering some sand people. And XD is an old emoji thing. Gotcha. A smiley face with closed eyes. Okay. Very good. What the hell was that? Oh, Andor's in the room. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi?
Uh-oh.
Come here, buddy.
We have a cameo, people.
We have a cameo.
We do have a cameo.
Here, baby. We have Andor.
Oh, kitty. Oh, yep. He doesn't want to be on camera.
Nope. So Andor is not very cuddly, as opposed to his big sister Princess Leia, who is extremely affectionate.
Translation: he may or may not be a huge asshole.
No, he's not. He just doesn't like to be. He just doesn't like to be held. He's okay with being a pet. He's like, yeah, I'll take your pets, but don't hold me. And he likes to play. He just bit me. Anyway, he does like to play. Okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so Squirrel, take a drink.
Squirrel.
I don't have a drink.
Cheers, people.
So no, not all cats are assholes. My cats are good.
I'm just kidding. He's probably not an asshole. I'm just kidding.
He's like, you better believe it. He's looking at it. But yeah, he goes in and he kills a bunch of sand people. Well, tries to rescue his mom. Doesn't work out too well. So that's really all we got from Tatooine in episode 2. And then
he actually does get to eat. He actually does get to meet his mother's husband, and he gets to meet.
Right.
We get our first timeline introduction to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So you got that. And then we move on to Revenge of the Sith, which there is even less of Tatooine on this one. And it's basically just at the end when Obi-Wan takes baby Luke to his foster parents, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's really all we see of Tatooine on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the prequels go,
it is a cool and epic scene because you actually get to see baby Luke, Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, and the twin sons, which is a pretty iconic. For Tatooine, it's an iconic scene. I mean, it's an iconic backdrop.
Yeah.
In the scene.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Oh, show. You know what? When I was talking about the Kerma Maga, and I had another picture I was going to show when I was talking about them being ancestors. So these guys.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Well, I mean, if your planet got turned into a glass
Amazon package being delivered to me, I'm scared.
If your planet was a lush green jungle,
wait a minute, how do you have
rivers?
I was about to ask how you have my address, but
then all of a sudden it got turned into a glass parking lot and turned into sand that you could barely find water on. I think I'd be a tad bit cranky too.
I would too.
I mean, fair enough. I mean,
I forgot he has my address.
Because,
I don't know why I forgot that. So I got
that's
that
a little creepy.
So we move on to the original trilogy, where it shows up in all but one of these. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, it does not show up in Empire.
It does not show up in Empire.
So we get a lot of it, of course, in New Hope, because that's where the whole thing kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
They're above Tatooine in that battle, and the droids end up there. And, that's where we meet Luke for the first time, adult Luke. And we see again that iconic image of the twin suns. And, really, you don't have. Here's why we're talking about Tatooine. Honestly, you don't have a Star Wars without Tatooine. If you never would have went there to meet Anakin,
No Darth Vader.
And then if you never went to go get Luke or find Luke, Tatooine's pretty important to Star Wars lore, gotta say.
Yeah.
But we get a lot of it in New Hope. They're at the beginning. You get to see Mos Eisley, scum of it's a hive of scum and villainy.
We never would have known about picking up power converters at the Tashi station.
That's right. Never would have known about Anchorhead. We got Mos Eisley.
We would have never met Han Solo and Chewbacca.
That's right. Never would have been a Greedo.
And I mean, most important of all, we never would have got to meet Ula.
I was going to say we never would have got to see that Jizz band.
The what?
The Jizz band.
Oh,
Isn't that what the genre's called? Jizz music?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, one of the most iconic fictional bands in history.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the jokes in the chat.
Heck yeah. That's what we're here for. What are you doing, boy? Goofing around. The whole cantina aesthetic is thanks to Tatooine.
Yep. I'm really, like I said, I'm hoping that I showed everybody the HasLab cantina experience. Since we're talking,
a couple weeks ago, you showed us that.
Just a couple weeks ago. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to be able to get that set up over here, which is cool. And I'm hoping that I have enough room. I don't think I will, but I'm hoping that I have enough room, because if I can get the cantina scene set up here, on the other side, I actually have the Book of Boba Fett throne room of, Jabba's palace. I want to set it up to where I can put Jabba in there instead of Boba Fett. But
no, forget what is that? Blasphemy, man.
Come on, man. You Return of the Jedi fan. Seriously?
But it's supposed to be Boba Fett.
It's supposed to. I know. And I may end up doing that. I don't know. But I'm hoping I can get that set up on the other side. But I don't know. It depends on how much room that other thing takes up. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
The Empire, of course, we don't get any Tatooine in that one. But then in Return of the Jedi, we get a lot more. We get a lot more. Jabba's palace, which used to belong to a bunch of monks.
Yep.
Which is actually where, if I'm remembering correctly, the legend of Lahan originates from. I think it was those monks that disseminated that information. Drew, can you confirm that for me? I'm pretty sure that's what I read, that information came from the monks. But yeah, it was hard.
I think you're right.
But we get the Jabba's palace, we get the pit of Carkoon, we see the Sarlacc, and so yeah, the Tatooine.
We get the epic moment of Luke and his badassery.
Yeah. And then we also get the epic moment. That's gross.
What happened? Yeah, see, I told you the comments were coming. I never will underestimate the power of our chat.
Heck yeah.
I'm just saying.
This show would
You
not
said
be
jizz band. You said jizz band, and here comes the jokes.
this show would not be
I'm
what it is
waiting.
without our chat room.
I'm waiting for Joy and Tina to just go crazy with it, and then we will
Yeah,
not.
if Chantel was in here, man, we would. It'd be all kinds of net.
We'd never hear the end of it.
Drew, I'm talking about the legend of Lahan, which was the whole idea of the where the whole idea that Tatooine was once a lush jungle planet with the Kumumga and the Rakatan, all of that. For something I read, and I might be getting crossed wires here, but I thought I read that legend of Lahan came from the monks.
Well, they're the ones
that
recorded.
is, they are the ones that like kept the sacred text that had that information.
Yeah, they're the ones that recorded all that information and kept it going. I think that's what it is. Like you said, Drew or somebody will keep me.
But what I was saying about Return of the Jedi, that is also where we see the iconic moment of Princess Leia taking out Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, the Hutt Slayer outfit.
The Hutt Slayer.
I don't give a I don't give a damn what. I don't want to give a damn what you call it. She was badass in that scene. I don't care what you call it. You want to call her the steel bikini? You want to call it the Hutt Slayer outfit? Whatever. That was badass. I loved it. It was great.
That temple, his palace is pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, if for those of you who've played Battlefront 2 and you get to play in the palace, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
So the sequel trilogy is a little bit different. We only get a couple of minutes of Tatooine at the very end of the series. Like right at the end of Rise of Skywalker, Rey shows up at the Lars homestead. And then we see another iconic shot of the twin sons. But Disney kind of left Tatooine alone for the most part.
Mm-hmm. They switched it, which honestly, I'll be honest with you, when I saw the original trailers, I thought that the scenes that they were showing of Jakku was Tatooine.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a whole other planet, so which is fine. I mean, it's whatever.
I mean, yeah, in a way, Adam. I don't know why they didn't just go with Tatooine. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they had.
I kind of agree, though. He says it's a boring stand-in for Tatooine. Yeah, because I mean, if you're going to create another desert planet, why would you trade out Tatooine for just another desert planet? Why wouldn't you just be Tatooine again or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have made Jakku like different than Tatooine. I mean, it could have been. I mean, they could have done any number of things. But I mean, it really, honestly, it is kind of a lazy stand-in for Tatooine. I don't know. I agree with you, Adam. I really do.
Dude, do you want out of the office? You are hovering.
He wants attention, Dad.
Yeah. And then we move on to Tatooine in the TV shows. And I'm specifically going to be talking the live action. You know what? I don't think we're going to get through everything tonight. We may have to do a part 2. Anyway.
We'll get through it. That's all right.
We get Rey Skywalker, which triggered all the man babies.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, Tatooine on television. Of course, we got the Mandalorian. We got to see that. Where he goes there and hires the bounty hunter who ends up getting himself killed. But all throughout the Mandalorian, we get peaks of Tatooine because he keeps going back to see. Oh crap! What is her name? Chat room, help me out here. What's the mechanics?
Bad Star Wars card. Bad Star Wars card.
God, dang it!
Oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue too.
Yeah, and it starts with a P. Pelly.
Pelly. Yeah, gosh, dang it. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Exactly. So he goes back and he's telling me a
I
lot.
love. She's funny. I love her character. It's
Yeah,
actually a good.
she's awesome.
She's a lot of fun. I like her.
You
And the
know, I
fact,
wonder if she's going to be in the movie.
I hope so. And
Yeah,
missing a tooth too. That would be great.
exactly. So yeah, we get to see it in the Mandalorian. Of course, we get to see Tatooine in the Book of Boba Fett because
A lot.
pretty much the entire season takes place on Tatooine. Most of it.
Yes. Yeah. And the only parts I think that don't are Mandalorian season 2.5.
2.5, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that whole thing takes place on Tatooine, and I don't care
That
what
show
anybody says.
that
I liked that show. I mean, there was
you know what it had its issues. I liked the show, just brief, but I could have done without the Power Rangers, man.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, if they just put them on different bikes and maybe
Yeah,
made them look a little different, like made them look a little bit more rough, and
yeah.
just put them on bikes that weren't different colors and looked like something that was a scooter out of the 1940s or 50s, I think it would have been fine.
Like like
Sorry, that's my rant. I'm
the
just going to go
Flash
there.
Gordon bikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moving on, we get to see a lot of Tatooine in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Matthew, don't make fun of Boba Fett. It's Boba with a beard with a dad bod. Some of us can't help it, man.
Come on, man.
Wait. Was it? Anyway.
So we get a lot of it in Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's we get to see him cutting up a well. He's got a job. Obi-Wan's got a job, or Ben, as he's known in the show. He's there's a big old well that he's got a job basically making well steaks. But that was good. Now I know that Tatooine shows up in Rebels. I don't remember if it shows up in Clone Wars. And I forgot to do my research on that one because I didn't think we were going to get to animation, which we probably shouldn't anyway. But
yeah, it may or may not. It may or may not have. We're not sure as far as Clone Wars is concerned. I don't think it does. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong.
Yes, it showed up in the movie. Oh yeah, I mean obviously, yeah, it showed up in the movie.
Well, because they had Stinky, yeah.
Okay, so Google says that it appeared in the series as well. Visited in several episodes throughout the series, including episodes involving Darth Maul, Baron Papanoida, and the rescue of a Hutt's daughter.
Speaking of Darth Maul, something that we kind of skipped over in the timeline, to be honest. It is the final resting place of Darth Maul.
That is true.
Actually, and kind of a fun little fact too, I was watching YouTube the other day, and I can always kind of excuse it. It has to do with Tatooine, but it kind of skews a little bit. But it was cool. I was watching a.
That's right.
I was watching YouTube a little bit. Yeah, exactly. It was cool. I like I said, when we talk about visions, we talked about like the Lego stuff, all the places where like the sandbox editions of Star Wars exist. And one thing that's cool is the fan films and some of the stuff that people come up with. And I'm pretty sure that this dude made a AI version of this. But what it was the live action version of the duel between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they ran it through an AI filter, which was awesome. And it looked really cool, but it also included little excerpts from like, there was also like Qui-Gon Jinn showed up, and there was some other things that went on. But it was really cool to kind of see that. And it was obviously not canon. Obviously, it was not produced by Disney. But to see the live action version of the battle between the two of them and how Darth Maul meets his end. And in this particular version, Obi-Wan comforts him like he does Qui-Gon Jinn, and in his mind, he sees Qui-Gon Jinn, but he comforts Darth Maul in kind of the same way. And he actually, again, not canon, but he does a thing where he creates a funeral pyre for Darth Maul, and he tells Qui-Gon Jinn that he doesn't see him as his adversary. He sees him as a lost soul that needed, in the end, just needed guidance, and he wasn't able to give that to him. But he feels remorse and sorry for him, and that kind of thing. Which, again, not canon, but being fan made, it is really cool to kind of think of things, kind of a what if things would have went that way. That Darth Maul's funeral pyre was on Tatooine, and he was buried, and that is his final resting place. But how he was buried or what happened to the body afterwards it's kind of cool, kind of neat to see how that stuff originates. So in fan film, it was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Is it Joy wants to know if that's on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah, it is on YouTube. Actually, let me look it up real quick. I can kind of tell you if I can find it and where I looked at it. I can tell you. Let me see here. Hang on. It's basically under Star Wars Obi-Wan Kills Darth Maul, live action version, and it was produced by a. I didn't want to do that. It is produced by a. It's a. I found it on this is the YouTube channel. It's called Star Wars Tales Untold, and it looks like they have several like fan made AI versions of extra Star Wars stories. So if you get a chance, check them out. But that's where I found that, and it's really cool. If you get a chance, give it a look. Really kind of neat, like I said. So yeah, Star Wars semicolon Tales Untold, and that's where I found the live action version of it. So yeah, really cool if you get a chance to check it out.
I found it, Joy. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. So it's on the Shenanigans channel.
Yes.
How much time we got? Okay, we're good.
We're good.
So I made a note here, but I didn't write anything. It just says filming locations. Oh, I know why I didn't write anything, because every time Tatooine is filmed, it's the same country.
Yep.
Everything was filmed in a country called Tunisia. Different parts of Tunisia, but still Tunisia. Not much to say about filming locations. It was all done in Tunisia.
Fun little fact too. The original filming location and like the scenes that they filmed in Mos Eisley and all that kind of stuff. Actually, the people of Tunisia have been keeping it together for a long time, and they've actually been. There's people that visit the site all the time, and I guess a lot of the original stuff that was there is still there, and they're keeping it. They're keeping it nice. They're keeping it together so that way people can visit it. And now they actually have if I'm not mistaken, they actually have like an Airbnb that you can actually stay there and stay in the original filming site, which is that would be a freaking awesome trip. I mean, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, you can actually visit the original filming locations and the stuff that's there that they still have available. I don't know if it's the way I understand it, it's supposed to be the original sets, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's some of the original sets that you can actually go visit.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. That would be fun. I think that would be great. So yeah, in Tunisia, you can actually do that.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about some of the native wildlife on Tatooine. And I thought I had my pictures made, but apparently only got 2 of them together. But I'm working on that now. So we've got these fun little guys that are native to Tatooine. And we see those quite a bit in Star Wars. Most notably, we saw them in A New Hope. But yeah, we see them fairly often in Star Wars. Another one that is native to Tatooine is the I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correct, but it's the Ronto. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
These guys right here. Those are also native to Tatooine. Also native to Tatooine is the Womp Rat.
Like a bullseye.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you had gotten all quiet on me.
Nope, I'm good.
But yeah, you could. That's right. You were getting ready to say that you can target.
You can bullseye Wop Rats with a T16 from back home.
That's right.
At 3 meters. Right. Sorry, I was making a quote.
I got you. Okay. Next one is well, I already said the Womp Rat. Why is the other picture not pulling them? Oh, these little guys, these cute little guys here, the Mastiffs. Those are also native to Tatooine. And then I've got one more. If I could get the freaking picture to upload. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to upload. Oh, it's not going to upload because it's in a freaking weird format. Hold on. Always prepared here, people. Consummate professionals.
Not.
No. So the last one I'm going to show you is these little rat looking things, like kind of like a cross between a rat and a kangaroo.
With 4 noses.
Also native to Tatooine. And then of course we've got the native inhabitants, which we've talked about already, the Tuscans and the Jawas.
Which could be or might not, may or may not be related.
May not be related and may not be descendants of the Kumumga. I'm going with it because I like the idea, and
I like the idea. I mean, you don't really ever, other than hearing about, like, because the Sandcrawler is technically a mining device left behind by the Carillion mining company when they couldn't find minerals. So the Jawas took them over and they were using them, but you don't really hear about Jawas and Sand people like attacking one another.
Right.
So there's a good chance that may be like a mutual respect kind of thing. Like we don't want to mess with each other because we could be relatives.
So Drew says the original Crate Dragon skeleton in A New Hope was from a Disney movie from 1975.
Dang it, Drew! I was going to mention that.
Was buying a film appearance of one of their own props.
I was going to mention that when we got time.
Well, mention it.
So yeah, he's absolutely 100%. Actually, Drew, you're 100%. I'm just giving you crap. It's 100%. It's from a show called One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing, and what the story goes is that they were packing up everything from the studio to take it to Tunisia to film, and one of the things they found was this skeleton of a dinosaur, and he said, pack it up, we'll take it, maybe we can use it. And they actually put it in the desert And the funny part is that yes, it was from a Disney movie that was filmed in the same studio. But the funny part is that they actually left the thing there. They never recovered it. It was left in Tunisia. It was left in the desert, and for the most part, it's disappearing. And actually, Matthew mentioned earlier that he's got a piece of the crate dragon. And the funny part is that they've never. I mean, people have been searching in the desert for pieces of this fiberglass skeleton of this dinosaur that they found from the movie, and they've been selling it piece by piece every chance they get whenever they find a piece of it. So it was actually never recovered. It was left there.
Wow.
So yeah, it was from a previous Disney movie, and it was I think a Dilophosaurus or something like that. Yeah, Drew might be able to confirm it, but it was actually a Dilophosaurus is what it was supposed to be. But it was from a previous Disney movie called One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing. So yeah.
So Joy says Nut should be a Womp Rat, but that kind of defeats the idea of the whole squirrel thing. Nut is a squirrel because we have squirrel moments and we don't have Womp Rat moments. So
Yeah.
No, Nut is not a Womp Rat.
Yeah. Matthew says John was our Basil's third cousin from his mom's side. Oh God.
Seriously got that. Let's see what. Okay, where are we at for time now? We're all right. I think
we're doing good. Oh, we're doing good.
We kind of sped things up there for a moment. I think. So we were going to talk about some of the locations.
Oh yeah, really quick. I said earlier that I wanted to kind of do a bonus show me your thingy. So I wanted to show you.
Do that, and then if we got time, then we'll do.
Yeah. So no, the reason this will be real quick. So for you, those of you who, since we're getting into the locations part of this, there is actually I bought this a few years ago. This is from 2016. This is Star Wars Complete Locations. This is a book that I actually pulled out of my collection of books, and inside of it you'll actually find, I mean, you probably can't really see the inline detail of it, maybe you can a little bit, but it kind of gives the locations that are notable for Tatooine and where they are and kind of the paths that different characters took in the movie. So again, cool book. It's called Star Wars Complete Locations from 2016. Yeah, so this is where I got some of the information for this. So as Steve goes through and does like some of the more notable like spots and stuff like that, and then also this is another one that I've got that has a section about Tatooine in it. It's called Star Wars: The Essential Atlas. So this is where I got some more of the. Yeah, I got some of the information out of that too. So if you get a chance, pick these up. They really have some good background information and maps and things like that on some of the locations. So yeah, if you get a chance, check those out. So anyway.
I have a bonus thingy too that I actually meant to take off the wall, but I forgot to. So
if Andor will let you
talk to Andor and amuse yourselves with him for a moment while I go get this thing off the wall.
Andor, there he is. Come on, dude. Andor. Hey, buddy.
Entertain them, Andor. Come on, man.
Andor.
Okay.
Tell us your side of the story.
Hey, dude, you're in my chair. Okay. So I've got this thing made out of wood. I'm pretty sure I got it from Hobby Lobby. And it's a wooden poster, about that thick. And it's a Tatooine. What are you doing? Okay. But yeah, it's got all these different locations. It's got the Boonta Eve starting point, and it's got a bunch of the creatures. And I'll have to take a picture of this and share it with the Discord group. But yeah, it's been sitting on my wall for a while. But yeah, there's it's like the whole history of Tatooine. I don't think it includes the. I'm pretty sure it's just the prequel and the original trilogy.
I think that I saw something about that map, and it actually predates the one that's in this complete locations book, and
Let me go roll it out. Give me a second.
it actually shows Boba's or not Boba's, or I guess it could be Boba's. It shows Jabba slash Boba's palace in two different locations. It actually shows them on opposite sides of the map. So I don't know. I mean, uh, yeah, it's a little different. So it's a little bit of inconsistency as far as that goes. But I think the one Steve has is a little bit older map. But it's a cool map, though. That also works too.
That's what he wanted. He wanted out of the freaking office. He's like, okay. All right. Did you know that the Sandcrawler prop nearly started a real war in 1976? One of the neighboring governments thought it was some new military vehicle testing near their borders and freaked out. I mean,
I can see that.
That does not.
That doesn't surprise
That
me.
doesn't surprise me a bit. I mean, they've got there's crazy people over there.
Was that Drew?
So, I mean, we've got a little bit of time. Just run through some of the more notable locations here. Anchorhead, of course. Which do we ever actually see Anchorhead?
I don't think so.
I don't think we actually ever see. Yeah. Hear about it a lot. And then, of course, you got Tashi Station, which isn't that just part of Anchorhead?
No, I think Tashi Station, the thing that I read on it, Tashi Station is actually a power station for a lot of the settlements in that area where
right.
Anchorhead is actually a city.
It's actually a little, that's right. Cause he takes Obi-Wan to Mos Eisley to get him to Anchorhead. So Anchorhead's much further away. Well, Wikipedia says that it's on the outskirts of Anchorhead, so it's not too far from Anchorhead. Anyway, so Anchorhead, Tashi Station, Bestine, which I believe I should have put this in my notes. I think Bestine was actually the capital.
Yes.
Of Tatooine.
Bestine was where the Empire set up, and they used it as a temporary capital during their occupation.
Right. So yeah, Bestine was big. Mos Pelgo, which we see in The Mandalorian. We also see it in the Book of Boba Fett. Little tiny place. Actually, it didn't change its name. It changed its name to like Freedom Town or something.
Yes. Yeah. In it, season 3? Or no? Book of Boba Fett, it changed its name to Freedom Town. Or
Freetown,
something like that.
Not Freedom Town, Freetown.
Freetown, yes.
That's where Cobb Vanth was headquartered out of.
Yes.
Then of course we got Mos Eisley, which is huge to the whole Star Wars mythos.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mos Espa, which is the main city that we see in Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Kenobi, Drew says that in the Kenobi show, he goes to Anchorhead. Was that Anchorhead, or I thought that was Mos Eisley? No. Are you sure that was Anchorhead? No, this says that was Mos Eisley, where they find that Jedi. There might be some conflicting information there.
Might have to
Interesting.
look that up. Might have to look. I thought it was. I thought it was Mos Eisley too,
I
but
thought
it
it
could
was
be.
Mos Eisley too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember them ever saying Anchorhead.
Huh.
In any case, where did I leave off? Oh, Mos Espa. That's where they find Anakin. What's another important location in Tatooine? Oh, there's Dune Sea, which is
The Dune
basically
Sea.
just a big old
Mhm.
desert.
Yeah.
That's all I had in my notes.
Well, and then you have things like the Bantha Flats, where wild bantha roamed, but you also have the southern part of the Bantha Flats, or the southeast part of the Bantha Flats, which is where the pit of Carcoon was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So really, also too, for those of you who want to look at some of those locations and find them, they are in like I said, they are in that book, Star Wars Complete Locations. You will find a whole map there that'll kind of show you everything, and that's based 2016 based on that information. So it's probably a little outdated based on things like The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan. So just take that into consideration, that it might be a little outdated based on that information.
I kind of hope we see Tatooine in the movie. In the Mandalorian Grogu movie.
Yeah, seeing it again.
I hope we do.
I hope we do. Like I said, I hope we see. I hope we see. I hope we do see it. I don't know if we will. From the footage that I've seen so far, I'm kind of interested just to see what the movie's even going to be about, because it's just going to be interesting. But if we do see it on Tatooine again, that would be cool. But it sounds like it's going to be, a lot of it is going to be that Sigourney Weaver is going to be taking over where Carl
Artist
Weathers.
Armory, welcome to the chat.
Yeah. It sounds like Sigourney Weaver is going to be taking over for Carl Weathers in that respect, and to some extent, which is awesome. I love Sigourney Weaver. I've liked her since Alien, so it's going to be cool to see her in that. But she's probably going to be in the planet and the town that he settled in for a while. So it's going to be kind of interesting
Navarro,
to see. Navarro, yeah. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all works out. And but yeah, hopefully we do. Hopefully we do see it. Obviously, I don't know how much they're going to go back to it, because it almost feels like that when Rise of Skywalker ended, Luke and Leia's lightsaber get buried there, and then the last shot you see is Rey and BB-8 at the Twin Sun scene, and it seems like it's going to be the start of a new adventure and a new saga, or a new chapter for Star Wars altogether. So there's a good chance that Tatooine may not be involved. I don't know.
I think the movie is still taking place in the same time period, like before Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. Well,
so
obviously because it's going to be the time where Din Djarin and Grogu are still together, and it's a continuation of their adventures. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all works out.
Yeah, Drew, I don't think she would be. I don't think she'd be a main focus. But yeah, caution.
No, I don't think. I honestly, Drew, I honestly think that she's just going to kind of be a fill-in for Carl Weathers. I really think that's what it's going to be. Is that she just is going to kind of pick up where he left off. I really kind of feel like that's the deal, which is fine. She's sci-fi. She's iconic sci-fi cinema from the Aliens franchise and Avatar. And I like Sigourney Weaver. She's a badass. She's awesome. So I think she's just going to kind of pick up where he left off, which is completely fine with me.
So, Joy, there is actually a story behind that. She's asking if there's a canon translation for Moss. There really isn't. But I had read that George Lucas drew inspiration from places, from cities like Los Angeles, which Los is, I think that's Spanish for the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
technically Los Angeles is the Angels.
yeah,
Or City of Angels.
So you could say that and speculate that, these places are like the Isley or the Espa, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, depending on what Espa meant or Isley meant.
See, that makes sense too, Drew. Moss being basically a term for spaceport or something like that. That makes sense too. But yeah, I don't remember where I read it, but something had said that Lucas got the name. He was just basically saying loss. He was saying loss instead of loss.
Yeah.
So I did have a question for you, Drew. You said you're on Facebook. Is the Facebook stream still running? Because I've got a weird icon.
Yeah, he said that he was in the Facebook chat and said that he sent me a message privately that said the Facebook actually crashed. So the Facebook feed crashed. So I don't know what's going on there, but the Facebook feed crashed.
Facebook has just been getting weird with our live stream lately.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to get everybody to just go to the YouTube. Because
yeah, it seems like, and that's really honestly, that's the only reason. Everybody's, just so you're aware, Facebook seems to be more stable than anything. And we tried X for a while, and
Facebook?
we tried X. X got expensive. X like doubled their prices as far as what it would cost to stream on X, and then Facebook decided that their live stream, or not their live streams, but their videos would only last 30 days. And it's just been like weird to try to get transmitted over there.
Yeah.
So really, that's why we're trying to funnel everybody towards YouTube, because it's just been so weird.
I mean, it's just more stable. And like with Facebook, our videos apparently only stay on there for 30 days anyway.
Yeah. They don't stay on there very long. So that's why we're trying to funnel everybody over here.
We just get everybody over to the YouTube.
Yep.
Do you have anything else to say about Tatooine today?
It's so weird to me that a planet that has is such a what do I say? It's not devoid of life, because obviously it has a lot of life.
Yeah.
It's so weird that a planet that is not suited for life, and obviously we know why, but that a planet in the Star Wars universe like this is so central to the story. So many events and so many things happen there by chance or fate or whatever you want to call it. It's just so weird that it's a desert planet that really doesn't support life. And they literally have to put moisture evaporators on it in order to collect enough water in order to even survive on these planets. And so it's so weird that it takes such a that it's a location that takes such a central place in the story. But I mean, it's not uncool. It's not a bad thing. It's just that it's just kind of different. And it's something that we as Star Wars fans have just come to accept, that a place where one of the central characters hates sand, but so much of the story is centralized around a place that has sand.
Yeah.
it's
that's
so weird.
Why I think the sequel trilogy, it was just kind of weird that we didn't get Tatooine in the sequel trilogy. Hey, Cameron, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. You know what? JD and I owe you a video, don't we? When does that due? Um,
yeah, I mean, but in their defense, they did want to try to separate. They did kind of want to bring in other locations and separate it a little bit from the originals and that kind of stuff. They kind of want to make it their own. So, I mean, I think that's why they put Jakku in there. But
yeah,
like Adam said earlier, kind of replacing Tatooine for Jakku, which is basically the same type of planet, it really didn't make any sense. But then again, if we constantly go back to Tatooine, it's like, okay, can we pick another planet, please?
I checked the original message. He needs it before December 20th.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we got time.
Right.
Uh don't make me force it out of you. Wah wah wah. You know what? We have a video of you, Cam Ray. You know what
Uh,
video we're talking about.
Drew says in Legends of Darth Plagueis novel, it is mentioned that the Sith actually set up a shrine or temple on Tatooine for a while. Yeah, I know that also there was a Legends thing where one of the star maps, one of the original star maps, like an ancient star map of different parts of the galaxy that actually existed on Tatooine as well. So I don't know if they ever found that or what the deal with that was, but it was a similar star map to the one you see in Ahsoka. It was kind of the same situation. It was kind of a star map that would lead and show you secret places and different things in Ahsoka as well.
Like a panda.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you enjoyed our Tatooine episode. Next week, we will be back for our annual Winter Shenanigans show. So we will be talking about,
I like shenanigans shows.
we will have a short actual theme because we are going to be talking about our favorite animated Christmas movies. So that'll be part of the show. But for the most part, it will be a shenanigans episode where we're just going to be talking a bunch of crap. Yeah. And then the week after that, we will be we're actually going to have a couple of guests on that show. That's going to be on the 16th. And it is going to be kind of a 9th anniversary celebration of Rogue One. And
but we put a caveat on that. It will be a show that we will not have normal conversations about Rogue One. We're actually going to discuss some topics that you don't normally talk about with Rogue One. So
yeah, we've talked about Rogue One a lot. This one's taken a specific perspective.
Yeah,
and I think you'll enjoy it, and as much as we will be talking about it. And then the 23rd, I don't think we're going to have a show because that's going to be Christmas.
That's going to be Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. So I'm not really sure what's happening after that. We have a lot of show ideas, and we would like to hear more ideas from you, our fans. If you're part of the Discord, or even if you're not part of the Discord, get in the Discord and jump in.
We've even had
suggestions of topics that you'd like to hear on the show.
We've even had Joy offer to be a producer so she can tell us what to do.
Yeah, anybody can tell us what to do. That'd be fun.
Yeah, which would be kind of fun.
Christmas Adam. Since Adam came before Eve. Okay.
Sure.
There you go. Abnormal Rogue One conversations. I wouldn't say it's an abnormal conversation. It's just very specific in perspective.
Yeah. Because we've had conversations about Rogue One before. We've talked about it. And obviously Steve has communicated it as one of his favorite Star Wars movies. But we wanted to try to talk about something
One
Well,
of,
the definitive. In
for those of you
Steve's
that are
opinion,
new,
it
for those of you who are new to the
is the
show,
definitive
Rogue
Star
One is
Wars
not
movie.
just my favorite Star Wars movie. It is my
I'm
favorite movie. Period.
sorry that I misspoke and downplayed it for you, sir. I am eternally. Please don't hate me.
You said Rogue One too many times. I know what I'm watching before bed. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, all-time favorite movie. So we've talked about it on the show a time or two. That is shameful, Matt. Anyway, so it's gonna be an interesting conversation. But like I said, jump in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get on the Discord and go to that link right there, bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you.
It's constant shenanigans and good people. That's all I can say about
jump
it.
on there, and that'll get you a link to the Discord. You come hang out with us and talk about all things Star Wars and more.
Yes.
And then, give us some ideas of what you want us to talk about on another show, on another episode. But thanks, everybody, for coming in and chatting with us about Tatooine. Thank you. Thank you to our new patrons, Adam and Smirking Bear.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And then thank you, Drew, for correcting us on our wrong information.
Thank you for being our personal Wikipedia. We appreciate you.
Exactly. But
100%.
Hopefully we'll see you again next week. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And if you have literally a couple of dollars extra handy, you can donate to our Patreon and become a patron. Or if you don't want to commit to patron, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Rebel Nerd Radio and just to make a one-time donation there. Every little bit helps just to pay our StreamYard bill. We don't make any money off this. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks to those who are watching on the replay. And we hope to see you next week. And may the Force be with you.